Hi, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr. Coming up, I'm going to take you on the first flight of Yuneec's brand new Typhoon G GoPro quadcopter. And we're going to do it in style because, as you can see, I'm not in Florida anymore. We're at the base of the Rocky Mountains. So stay tuned because that's coming up next, right here on Videos by Andy. Okay, I'm going to tell you right up front, I could not have picked a more picture-perfect day for flying. I'm in Boulder, Colorado. The scenery behind me, you're at the base or the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It is just gorgeous. For flying, wind, I don't really feel anything, but the programs are telling me we're at 5 miles per hour. The KP index, now living in Florida, I've never seen it at a 1. The hover app is showing us at a 1. The magnetology is showing us at a number 2. The GPS, we're ready to fly with 7 satellites. And again, low humidity. This is picture perfect copter flying weather. Now, what we're going to do here, I've taken this out of the box and I've gone on and done a pre-assembly on it. Now, there are instructions that come with it, but they miss just a few details. You know, in the usual fashion, Yuneec did a good job of packaging, putting everything together. I'm going to put a link down here. If you click on it, the link's active. That means that I've taken the time to put together a more detailed overview on how you need to assemble this. It is different than the Q500 series of copters. If the link's not active, that just means it's coming soon. I'm shooting these out of sequence because I want to get outside. I didn't want to mess with shooting that video because I want to fly. Now, one thing when I did power it on, I noticed I was getting a different lighting pattern. It was kind of a purple and yellow. It wasn't on the card. So what we're going to do to be safe, we're going to go in and do a fresh calibration. Again, this just came from China to the Yuneec offices in California, then they shipped it directly to me in Colorado. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the sequence. You know, if you've seen me do this before, you know that I'm going to talk you through every step. I'm going to be overly detailed, but if you're a first timer, hopefully you're going to appreciate. You seasoned vets, well, you can fast forward if you want to. Here's what we do. The first step, we turn on the transmitter. Always a good idea, just make sure it's in angle mode. It's not a big deal here. But we're going to wait. You're going to hear some beeps. You have to be patient in this process. That's what we were waiting for. It's the Android tone. Now, that pretty much signals it's okay to power on the copter. Now, just so you know, this has been fully recharged just earlier today. I have fresh batteries. We're going to turn this on here. Sit back and wait. Ooh, I forgot to do one thing. Let me remove the gimbal clamp. And you're going to see in the video that I'm putting up on the details here. This gimbal clamp, you might not see it up front. I tell you, I had to get on with tech support because I didn't realize this was a gimbal clamp. And I have a good suggestion for Yuneec. Paint this thing orange because it's the same color as the gimbal. You really don't know it's there. And it would have saved me about an hour on the phone, but hey, let me tell you, the Yuneec tech support guys did a good job. We got it up and running. Now what we're doing, we're just waiting. We're going to wait to see our lighting patterns. You're going to hear some beeps. Now, if this does need a calibration, you know, what I've already done, I've used my compass here. I have the nose facing north. Right there, it is right on the button. So let's just sit back here. I'm going to pull back. I'm going to go up and get the camera, zoom in so you can see the lighting pattern. Okay, as you can see, maybe this doesn't need a calibration. Now, I'm understand this was calibrated in California before it got to me. We're not that far away. We're at a different altitude, of course. We're about 5,500 feet. Of course, we're still on the ground. The copter's not that high. It's about 18 inches off the ground. But the light is giving us the purple, a quick flash in purple. Now, what that means, we have a solid GPS lock. And if we wanted to switch over to modes such as smart mode, we could do it and use the follow me and watch me modes. Let's go back to a wide shot. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to throw this thing in fast forward. We're going to put the props on. And remember, we're using the GoPro camera. A couple of tips on here. When you're flying with the GoPro, don't forget to turn it on. You cannot activate the camera from the controller. So make sure you power it on. You need to go in and preset whatever shooting mode you're in. And I believe right now, just to confirm my settings, I have it set to, I'm shooting at 2.7K at 30 frames per second. I could shoot 4K. And by the way, this is the Hero for silver. I could shoot in 4K, but that's only be 15 frames per second. So we're going to shoot in 2.7K. But once this thing is attached, and again, I'll go to more detail on the other video on that. Once it is attached, you really don't have you don't have any camera controllers, because once you put the HDMI plug into the camera, it kind of overwrites everything. Even on this one that has the screen on the back of it, you don't have access to it. You can control things by using the front LCD screen that is on a GoPro. And I'll bring that around to you. So, you know, this front LCD screen, by tapping it, you can do some setting changes. So, okay, let's go on and get over here. I'll try to edit this up to make it as painless as possible, and let's get ready to fly. Okay, now, before we crank her up, one thing you'll notice down here, because we have the GoPro in here, on the back here, you see this dongle? Instead of the video link being built into the round or the Seago 3 or Seago 2 cameras, it's separate. You have a new device down here that is called an MK58. It's kind of a junction box for some of your connectors here, for the GoPro, the antenna. I'm wondering, now granted I can't do an A-B comparison because I'm not at home, if I'm going to get a better video distance out of this than what I would get if I was at home. But here, take a little look at it. I hope it stays in focus. It's interesting. It just pops in, and you know, I think it's going to stay in, so we're going to put it out here. Finally, it's time to fly. Here, I need to show you something. I'm looking at the video through the controller, and the horizon's off. Now, what I found out in the past, that means that it might not have been level, or it can be corrected when it's leveling on startup. I'm noticing I'm getting a little bit of gimbal shake here. Oh, it's straightening itself out. Let's see what's going on here. Nope, it's not straightening itself up. I got the camera tilted all the way up. It's tilted all the way down. Again, this way you can see what I'm doing here. Let me turn this way so you can see the camera. You know, this thing's kind of all over the place here. See that shake here? Let me show you this. That doesn't look good. Let's point it back up. Let's do a restart. I think that might correct this problem. What we do, we power off the Copter, then power off the ST10 Plus controller, and start over. Here we go again. I remember, be patient, take your time. Little Zen thing. Let's power on. Okay, at this point, we have a steady purple light. The camera's in the middle. Let's tilt her all the way up. Let's see how she does. I'm looking at it through the controller. I think we're doing much better here. Now let me check the settings. I'm going to lean in here on the GoPro. I don't know if you can see this. I have it set to medium. At 2.7K on the GoPro, you have two settings. Wide, which is going to give you more of a horizon arc. Medium, which is going to cut down your field of view a little bit, but it should be straighter. But I have a feeling we're good to go. Okay, so what did we learn today? If you start off and your horizon is cockeyed, start over. Don't be in a rush. Remember, you want quality video. And remember, you're also flying a device with 4 spinning blades. You want to do this safely. Okay, we're in angle mode. We are tilted straight ahead. Again, we are at 2.7K, 30 frames per second on the GoPro. Let's start the engines. Okay, we are there. Let's just give her a minute to settle in. Everything looks good. 12.2 volts on the battery. 16 satellites on the left side of the display. We got 10 on the right. Okay, we're ready to fly. You're now witnessing history. Here's the Gadget Guru's first flight of Yuneec's Typhoon G GoPro quadcopter. Ready for liftoff in 3, 2, 1. And we are in turtle mode. Let's get to know her slowly. Okay, that's just full turtle mode. Okay, we're back. We're ready to fly. We're in angle mode. Look at that lighting pattern. It is perfect. Look at this hover. Again, we're in turtle mode. Let's just do a few moves here. Remember, first time I've flown this specific model. Let's just make sure we have everything working well here. Let me get her in the frame. And we're gonna go to the right, turtle mode. Let's kick her back to the left. Very stable, very smooth. But you're gonna be the judge on the video here. Okay. Now we can control the tilt. I'll just show you from right here. In fact, let me turn around so you can see this. Okay. Now you see the camera here? I'm going to tilt down. And so you can see this, it's a smooth. It's not an instant, which means you can get smooth results. I'm going to tilt her up in 3, 2, 1. Now, full tilt up, and you see it slowly moving. You see it's giving you a smooth result. You know, at first I thought that was a negative, and after I play with videos, I'm finding out it's a pretty good positive. Okay, let's see how she does. Still in turtle mode. We're going to take it easy for the first flight. And now remember, I'm up here, and the air is a little bit thinner where I am. Okay, we're just hovering here. Look at this thing. Pretty still, huh? Okay. Let's do a little photography here. I don't have any shots set up, but we're in a wide open field here. Right now, altitude 68, speed 5.9. You know, we're in turtle mode. Distance about 300 feet away. We're also going to check to see how the video does on here. Since we're really not in an area here, I'm going to raise her up a little bit so we get the cloud as the background. There's a runner over there, but I'm sure that person's well out of harm's way. Okay, now right here, distance 485. I have solid video. Let's keep going a bit. Let's go on out a little bit further. Trying to keep it with the sky as the background here so I can see a little bit better. We're at 860 feet. Okay, the distance, she is still in line of sight. We can see her in the sky. She's at 967 feet. And there's some houses up there. I don't want to get too close to them. We are over 1,000 feet, more than 1,000 feet. Now our altitude is 205. Let's go in and bring her back. Okay, I'm about to do a spin. Let's take a look around. Nice, easy turn. I think we should lay some music under here. Right now we're still in turtle mode. Let's do some nice slow dolly moves. Again, we are shooting the GoPro at 2.7K, 30 frames per second, the medium setting. We're going to bring her down just a moment or two. We're at 10.7 volts. Okay. This is about 2/3 the way over in turtle mode. Now I'm going to let her hover for a minute. Let's just let her settle in. Now watch how smooth this is. Well, again, I'm not going to be able to really see how smooth it is till I see this back on the computer. Let's give her just about 10 seconds just to hover. Okay, I'm starting to get the vibration. We're at 10.7 volts. We're going to bring her down. When you bring her down, always a good idea to zigzag her down. That way you don't end up in the prop wash. And I'm going to switch over to turtle mode for the landing. Getting the vibration all the way down in turtle mode. Yeah, a little bounce here. It's all the way down, and look, she hops a little bit, but she lands flat-footed. Okay, our voltage is at 10.9. I was getting the vibrations there. I was watching the copter. I didn't look down to see what it said. Now, remember, one thing that's different about this, and maybe I'm doing it incorrectly, and hopefully we'll learn this together. These two buttons here do not control your video, your snapshots. Typically, I'll say when landing, remember to turn off your video so that we don't get a corrupted file. Here, you have to go to your GoPro to do it. Maybe there's a usage for these buttons on the Typhoon sheet. I just haven't figured it out yet. Now, remember, I got a lot of videos online for Yuneec, a lot of how-tos. I'm creating more for this copter here. If you want to keep posted on our newest videos, just go to facebook.com/videosbyandy. Just like us. You know, then that way in your feed, you'll get to see when we post a new video. Go to YouTube, it's right down here. Hit this subscribe button. You'll see it at the end of the video. And of course, just go to videosbyandy.com. For Videos by Andy, I'm the Gadget Guru Andy Parr, and I'll see you online and in the air.